herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Video hier auf meinem Kanal. Heute wieder mit Honkai Lag Rail. Scheinbar, weil es laggt wieder sehr. Nein, es ist nur während den Animationen so. Ich habe keine Ahnung warum. Also, so haben wir Superstar Showdown Arena 2, Arena 1. Ich nehme Arena 2.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Nein. Nein, das ist er nicht, oder? Wenn er das ist, dann er ist es.
Please wait. My beautiful ladies. By the glorious light of beauty! I never thought I would see you again. In such turbulent times, your kind faces are as spring's gentle breeze, bringing solace.
Are you a knight of beauty?
You've already heard of my humble title elsewhere? I am. Upon hearing of the impending festivities, I commanded the one and only to bring me to Penacony with full haste. Alas, in the cosmos I'm guarded by the beauty. Disorder prevails. Thus my passage was delayed by tending to the sick and injured. Fortunately, the mini-rabbit mech pilot, stray cat duelist, galactic ninja, and quad-drive Intellitron, along with 32 other souls in distress, all emerged from their predicaments safe and sound. I do not deserve such praise. Unfortunately, that dashing IPC ambassador, whose radiance matches that of a beautiful... Okay, let's get back to business. Since fate has brought us together, it stands to reason that you both seek the accolade of the audition. Though upon arrival, I was once mistaken for a towering silver-armored fugitive with fiery red flames due to my lack of eloquence. What matters is that I now stand before you. If I am fortunate enough to emerge victorious, kindly grant me passage to the crown of victory. And recognize that Idrilla, the beauty, is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Nicht schon wieder!
Dear friend, please ready yourself for the trial set forth by the beauty.
Destined for oblivion.
Hope you're prepared. Rise to the challenge.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
You're fighting a gentleman.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
Put forth all your might. Rise to the challenge.
Go Nappy!
This ends here.
Jetzt ist mein Team stärker.
Show no mercy.
Easy, Numby. Liquidation! Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Rise to the challenge. Behold, this symbol of beauty.
Another journey begins.
Go Nappy!
Let the duel commence. Confess.
Let the valuation be...
Free will, or was it fate? Still waters of oblivion.
There's no time to lose. Here is thunder. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Put forth all your might. Is that it?
Another journey begins. Destined for oblivion.
Conflict is pitiless. Bear witness. Show no mercy.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge.
Still waters of oblivion.
Hope you're prepared.
Follow my charge. Here, in thunder. Let thy noise.
Familiar.
Put forth all your might.
Again.
Is that all?
Confess.
Easy, Numby. Go, Numby!
Your predictions, friends, are indeed off.
This ends here.
It's a pity. The laurels of victory belong to a driven.
Never falters!
The market is on. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
There's no time to lose. Let thy noise. Put forth all your might.
Let the valuation begin. With a trip!
Another journey begins.
Rise to the challenge. Follow my charge. Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might. Is that it?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Show no mercy. The flesh wound.
Free will, or what's still waters of oblivion?
Hope you're prepared.
There's no time to lose. Rise to the challenge.
Name of Len, a will forged in ice. Never falters!
Bear witness. You're fighting a gentleman.
Easy, Numby. Liquidation!
Rise
Another
to the
journey
challenge.
begins.
Confess. Put forth all your might.
Again.
Follow my charge.
Go, Numby!
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
Then file
Free will, or what?
application.
This ends here.
Behold, this symbol of pure fighting a gentleman. Rise to the challenge.
Destined for
Rise to the
oblivion.
challenge.
Hope you're prepared. A will forged in
Eigentlich auf
ice.
ihn konzentriert.
Never falters!
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless. Show no mercy. Let thy noise.
Familiar.
Put forth all your might.
Again. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Rise to the challenge.
That's half the work.
This ends here.
Follow my charge. Put forth all your might.
It'll heal.
Another journey begins. Still waters of oblivion.
Bear witness. Let the duel commence.
Hope you're prepared.
The flesh
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice. Never falters!
Here, in thunder. Confess.
Familiar.
Forth all your might. Is that it? Rise to the challenge.
All will eventually rest upon me.
There's no time to lose. You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might. Show no mercy.
It'll heal. In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
Follow my charge.
Is that all?
Let the duel commence.
Ich muss jetzt echt alles auf
There's
ihn
no time to
In the
lose.
name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters.
Pledge sign. Put forth all your might.
Is that all?
That it? You're fighting a gentleman. Put forth all your might.
Is that all?
Ich glaube, das war's. Ne, das war's.
Behold, this symbol of pure. Let the duel commence.
This ends here.
Rise to the challenge.
Ja, nein.
In the name
Obwohl
of
doch,
Len, a will
warte,
forged
wir
in
können es
ice
doch schaffen.
never falters.
Ich hab vergessen, dass Gepard das kann.
Put forth all your might.
Nein! Er hat ein Schild bekommen. Ja, nee, das war's.
Dear friend, please
Nein!
for this
Okay, wir
trial
sehen uns
set
wieder,
forth
wenn wir
by
soweit
duty.
sind. So, da sind wir wieder. Wir haben ihn jetzt, ja,
His thunder.
ich glaube, wir sind seine Lebensleistung.
Put forth all your might.
Free will.
Ich glaube, man muss nicht sagen.
That's enough. I have come to grasp the sincerity of your cause. I yield. Beautiful! Truly a captivating contest. It is through you that I realize to uphold the honor of Adrilla. I must further hope. Go forth. I shall remain here.
We don't have much time. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Dass wir nochmal gegen ihn kämpfen mussten. Das war jetzt mein dritter Versuch. Also ich brauchte wirklich noch 2 weitere Versuche, um ihn platt zu machen. Und das muss was heißen. Es wäre, wenn er auch so stark im Gameplay wäre, was man mit ihm hätte, dann wäre man unaufhaltsam.
Congratulations to the Galactic Baseballer and Firefly on becoming this Scorched Sand Festival's champion! We look forward to their amazing entrance in the Charmony Festival!
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of I. On behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved in both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request. We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Penacony does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert to a place characterized by Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent, common folk living precarious lives, eking out a dreary existence. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, which Penacony would you prefer? A dystopia for the survival of the fittest? Or a sweet dream paradise?
Es war so klar, dass es ausgeht.
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penacony's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs this way. We'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, and our final course of action. The...
Vor einiger Zeit.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmity Festival that I have been...
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Penacony.
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. Do you have any...
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of this?
I would have never thought that this...
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry. We're doing this out of concern for the Dreamscape's safety. So, if you could, please alleviate our...
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron.
Sunday, Robin, I've watched you two grow up and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. Both of you, right now, can surely be lauded as the magnitude of this matter is enormous. Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me and question me?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all...
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth.
Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue.
Let us begin. There is nothing...
Understood? Question. Have you devoted your life to your god?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do your...
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on my vows, may I be cursed.
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith.
Just a moment.
What is...
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called the god you both mentioned. Are they truly...
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. Such a delicate and complex symphony.
perfectly harmonized? Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very... In the distant past, there existed an eon. With one flick of the later, they fell. The route traversed by this eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell silent, and when it echoed anew, it was transformed into the... Though an eon may perish...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself...
So this is...
For the sake of our grand cause Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to rest.
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Penacony...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise could not have been crafted by Shipe. True bliss can only be guaranteed by the within the foundation of law, and through harmony, we obtain.
Alter.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Penacony.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss...
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't Your efforts for the justice of Penacony are evident to everyone, and have been... Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Penacony and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against natural selection. The world abides by this principle.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one...
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's paths. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps and see once again where this...
Huh? Where...
Welcome. This isn't any location in Penacony's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on some...
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before. So she should understand. Tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the... From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicament, let's begin. The first decision. This story happened when Robin and later on. Robin and I lived a time with Neri. That baby bird was tiny. We decided to build a nest for it, right? It was clear that if we left the fledgling, we decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread, its destiny was determined. No. I passed the... Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net with... Or build a cage for it, and I eagerly await your answer.
Sorry, aber hier ein Vogel lässt bauen.
Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal what, from what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. The Vosicle Scorpion, Asdana Wolverine, and the hunting. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, only one fate awaits that little. As for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, this story happened when I was appointed as It was during that period. He was a dream chaser. He told me I sold every... He had a plan in place. He would buy... After hearing the dream chaser's story, I immediately... I'll tell you the outcome soon. Will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to... Or will you remain silent, leaving him to lang... I look forward to everyone's decisions.
Ey, was ist mit dem? Walk of Fame. Geil. Sorry, aber... Das werde ich machen.
I'm honored to witness you arriving at the same decision. Out of respect, I'll share with you the dire. First, the outcome. He attained major success. After avoiding capture, he ran a business for a few years, very quickly making a name for himself, elevating his status. He might not have become a tycoon like old Auntie, but he was considered a character. Now then, did he realize the wish he set out to achieve? No. The last time I saw him was in the real world, where the hounds were going to permanently exile him, and I was the accompanying Bronze Melodia. The mission was simple. Listen to the criminal's repentance. He told me the reason he was in this predicament was because he conspired to usurp the head of the Alfalfa family. When I asked him about his 2 children, he instead responded with a question. In the end, my heart aligned with the harmony, and the good deed I... As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apology. And the story this time is mine. This story happened. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver. The letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me to hand me a letter from my sister?
To help you grasp the full scope of this issue. Do you know where Robin is?
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct? She's touring there right now.
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about
a stray book?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. To spread the word of the harmony. And to save the lives of that. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with song and was willing to brave mortal danger to...
Is she all right?
If the operation was success by the eon above, the bullet struck her neck.
Those damned savages! I'll pack my bags. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornament.
How could this happen?
It's all in the past. Likewise. I've prepared one last question, because this is merely a figment of imagination. Would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harm?
Oh. Er ist voll ein Aas. Sorry, aber ich unterstützen.
I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Penacony cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise can only be as... I know the suffering of being tormented. The turmoil of losing your way. How sorrow, and even despair, set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust...
So what is your definition of living a happy...
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion. A cage known as self-worth. People lured in by this illusion make mistakes. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison. A place dictated only by the rule of survival of nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known as order. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. They can cast aside their primal instincts to build... Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract. So allow me to provide a simple example. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life. And it is only on these days that people do not have to adhere to the law or the strong. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the fate. And thus, every person, there would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely
It sounds like a flawless... But... what is...
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must...
Awakening. Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality.
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words...
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of it... Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as for why life slumbers, it is because we are afraid to awaken from our dreams. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet, but unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, perhaps in your mind, you... Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you a... We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before. Tell him our...
Hol den Baseballschläger raus. Nein? Nicht? Okay, schade. Vor nicht allzu langer Zeit.
Does this place ring any bells?
I don't know. But I feel a sense of...
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape, so I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you...
I don't know much about dream bubbles, but if you...
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha...
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this... Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death. The question now is, who brought you here? We're drawing closer to the truth one...
All right, but there are
I guess... I'm not entirely sure, but... Let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right door on your first try?
Weird. This place is... If I remember correctly, there should... And the room on the other side was... Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef?
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha, since this place seems familiar.
Yeah. Then let's check out the rooms I just mentioned.
Mikhail, that's the name. So, who is he talking to?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmen.
Anything special about that?
Mikhail is Grandpa's name.
Grandpa?
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare. Could you tell us more about your...
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea, and he didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to every time he came back. He'd share his logbook with me and tell me...
It appears that the seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey. And it's been... So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? I heard some noises from the room.
You and Origami Bird?
Yeah. They follow Miss Mirror's orders.
Sailors?
Could you tell us more about the compass, Misha?
The compass is a ship bound for the new world. Clocky and his partner...
That's a great story.
Huh? Weird.
Perhaps Clocky has it.
I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent... Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the every time I...
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah. He often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side.
Ian. Hey, don't tease! I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain.
Yeah. Well, back then, I would ask him when I...
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to...
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble...
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life. Could this be some sort of metaphor?
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring in. Perhaps I'll remember. I wish to share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No. We should turn left.
Huh? Something feels different.
Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was in that room.
The atmosphere in this room...
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! Here!
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Well, he described our to ensure that everyone had land to settle on. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was in... I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere, and told me to stay...
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky, an ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that transports children with a... He said that he knew the crew on the train.
A train?
It's the Astral Express. I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve a disaster. Then, he gave his pocket, he said, as the distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle.
Yeah. I think I can still find the way we took back then.
This is the dream jig.
Do you remember?
Hey.
Looks like we're just... Perhaps there's more than one right answer.
This is it. While I spent my time waiting here,
So, this...
Yes, but not exact. This dream bubble itself.
Looks like...
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Marge, do you remember when she mentioned the Clocky that only...
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this Clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky.
Stimmt.
A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few. It's just like a hidden message left by someone.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But
That's the key to the mystery, March. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
wait.
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clark.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the whistle you heard was the sound of the express arriving at Penacony?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story. How about we start with your name? Now should we call...
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name that carried their... Mikhail Char Legwork, or simply Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name.
So, you're the Watchmaker
Unfortunately, that legendary figure. As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. Friend of Clonky. A young apprentice. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze. I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case...
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what, but in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for... I left my homeland as a child, and in part, I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy, I suppose it's now that you're well aware of the current situation of Penacony. I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For all I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and has been blessed, and my hat too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make it... Although I don't think anyone will have any objection.
Ich bin dagegen.
Oh, come on, stop joking at a moment like this. We've come this far.
In that case, the vote stands at... Then let's proceed together to the end of this stream.
Hauptsache, ich bin dagegen. Ich finde das so doof. Warum kann man einfach sagen, ja, ich bin dagegen, ich habe darauf keine Lust?
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
even without me, you know how to proceed. Now go, board that train and...
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch? I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out.
Well, it's hard to explain, but it's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop. I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tyr. I see. This place. The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory. Don't worry. Not all journeys lead to the stars. Yeah. I knew you wouldn't This is Mr. Amundsen's hat. When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to...
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former nameless in Penacony. So why...
Because you're all we have! Have you forgotten about Tiernan?
But what will happen to Penacony if we don't find a way out? Ah, Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? We Nameless won't stop. If I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become...
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you...
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea.
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron...
Yes. I'm afraid there's no way out in Penacony, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Astana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather...
So... a desperate struggle against...
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Make sure to send an invitation.
Misha!
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met.
Write it down? What?
Oh, so I won't forget it.
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with...
Yes, but what I didn't mention was... I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my I wanted to have a pocket watch.
Yeah. Every night.
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it. It was... So, your name should have been Compassy and the Watchmaker.
We've arrived at Dream Flux Breed. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time.
So, we'll set out...
No, I'll stay here. And then...
This is... where it ends? You told me that the trailblazing expedition...
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? Misha? You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down...
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork... Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape. But don't worry. Whether it's calming, happy, angry, or sad, all they need is a little nudge to take. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze.
Da hat sich dann...
Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Penacony in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to order.
Das ist die Harmonie. Sie hat uns Macht verliehen, scheint es zu sein.
I can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Penacony at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so...
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Penacony.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Penacony and the 107,336 members of... I'm cordially inviting you all to the Penacony Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, since the future of the Stellaron, Penacony, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, let's draw up... If you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Unknown to each other, yet united in purpose, we make the same choices. I'm not done yet.
Then let's go.
Does that mean he wants to fight us?
I'm afraid so.
This is weird. Aren't Arc villains usually plotting some dirty conspiracy in the end? But he actually said something like, in all fair...
Well, I sensed a strong conviction and a desire for dominance in him. Maybe he won't accept the outcome unless he wins. That's why he'll give it his all in the upcoming battle.
Are you backing out now? We've even dealt with a...
Anyway, we can't leave the Stellaron unchecked. Now that we've taken up the mantle, we can't...
However, the same applies to the Order. A desire to dream. To slumber and escape reality. They've harnessed the will of an entire planet to create an Eon. This confrontation is far more complicated than a simple power struggle. To secure Penacony's future, fighting
What do you mean?
I believe Firefly is trying to say that she's heading off.
Before I left, the Destiny Slave told me that this journey would bring unforgettable rewards. Because one of the lines said, I'll experience death.
3 times?
The first time was a painful death when I was stabbed by the Blade of Dormancy, which led to all subsequent events. The script will always come true. But, so now I've understood the meaning of my second death. And I am prepared to face it. Only by achieving victory in this battle can we secure
The most terrible form? Does
The true death. Where everyone in Penacony loses themselves completely in the eternal sweep.
We must do everything we can to...
Have you made up your mind?
Yes.
Thank you again for your assistance for the Astral Express.
Yeah. I dreamed of a scorched earth.
Everyone, are you ready?
A new shoot sprouted from the earth. It bloomed in the morning sun and whispered to me. Like fireflies to a flame, life begets death.
May we meet again in reality.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history, and the Everflame Mansion will take its place. In the That's your next stop.
Land of the dreams.
I hope you find whatever you...
You mean... my...
Silverwolf told me about it. It's such a shame.
Well, I want to live. I'm never afraid of death. The opposite. People die. We have to choose where we want to rest forever.
Do you exist just to perish?
Are you not the same, Blade? The end you desire is not one. If I were to die now, though it's definitely the tombstone that belongs to me once bore the inscription, Glamoth's iron, it will bear the name Firefly. And all the brilliance she showed at the end of her life.
Oh,
That's quite unexpected, old man. I can sense that this false, sweet dream is coming. It's a shame you won't be able to see it firsthand. Yeah. Not just those nameless. Even Mr. Wings is just like you. Stubborn. Won't listen or give up, no matter what. Well, fate is unpredictable, I guess. But in the end, we managed to do it. Well, I don't know. Then I'll be joining you soon, you old fool. Let's get together and have supper again in hell. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's to you. A glass of hello and goodbye to the imperfect.
It's warm here, isn't it?
I was just following. It's a shame these berries don't have much flavor.
Seriously? In case you didn't know, this fruit is pretty juicy. It becomes extreme. Have you lost your...
I can still taste certain things. Like, before coming here, I stopped by a place called Orkron. It had barren... The flavor wasn't exactly sweet, but it left a lasting impression. When I think back on my past, don't worry about it. Losing one...
Well, congratulations on that. By the way,
No, I had a companion in Orkron. She's a short, nameless girl who aspired to explore IX.
Quite an ambition for such a...
She... became...
Well...
Condolences. I don't need them. The girl left with a smile. She never regretted her choice and most...
That's proof that you're good.
Or...
afraid. I rarely sense that.
I'm afraid I'll forget the 30 days I spent with her. Just like all the other days in my life. Most of them have already washed away with the rain, disappearing into an unseen realm. I fear that those vivid red memories will...
Hard to imagine. A ranger accustomed...
Because I have experienced this warmth many times. As long as this red color still lingers, I have a chance to fulfill that promise. It represents a burning fire, a blooming flower, the berries in this cave, and life itself. In the end.
The one blessed, but you're right about one.
When will this rain?
Perhaps when the sorrows of the departed have...
4 Stunden.
Have you heard of a planet named Biari Scamandros, Don Hung, half an amber era ago?
Do you think the same thing will happen on Penacone?
Yes. Or how else can we explain?
Because of the nihility, I'm rarely affected by the power of other paths. But somehow I can unconsciously infiltrate them. Maybe that's the risk they're trying to avoid.
I would disagree. Biari Scamandros is not part of the credit system or connected to the Silver Rail. It's nothing more than a remote... If the family messes with Penacone, that would be like declaring war...
No, they don't.
What do you mean?
The path in Penacone is impure. The harmony...
Do you remember the ancient swarm? Two paths lost their eons in that war.
Shipe, the harmony.
Holy forgaroni. So you're saying that the two leaderless paths are working behind the scenes?
But I don't see any descendants of the propagate...
I can't say for sure. But they're definitely planning something for the church.
Holy whoop. Now, this is getting way too complicated. Is this why you want us to leave Astana right away? Are you giving up?
The Charmony Festival will start soon. There's one thing that I need to confirm no matter what.
I have another plan.
Hold on. Are you thinking of using the Jade Abacus of Allying Oath?
Exactly. The assistance from the Lawfu Cloud Knights would...
Think it over carefully. You can only use that once in your lifetime.
I have considered it thoroughly. My companions are... They're also...
Jetzt wird's spannend. Wir sind schon wieder eine Stunde dabei, wenn ich mich nicht täusche. 3 Systeme.
Are you the only one here, my child? The Nameless is quite the diplomat. Our secrets have spread like wildfire within the family. An IPC. This is a crucial moment for us. So, where is the chosen one who harmonizes?
What do you mean? I'm right here in front of you, aren't I?
You know, she was supposed to be the star of the Charmony Festival. In our plan.
But the plan has changed. As her brother, I know she doesn't want to sing for the Order. So I'll take her place.
You've always been wise beyond your years. I'm sure you understand the consequences of your choice.
If you consider this a betrayal, well, there can't be two suns in the sky. I'll step up and take down the other sun if necessary.
Do you believe?
If karma exists, then everyone has their own karma. You have yours. And my karma has nothing to do with you.
All right. Since you're willing to sacrifice yourself for her, I'll grant your wish.
Well, the compromise came sooner than
You and your sister were born as twins of the Order. And one of you... Of course. The opening is near. Go, my child. Seize the power of the harmony. And
I have one final question. Matt, why did you choose to bring the Order to Penacony? Wouldn't it have been better to choose a desperate world instead of a city filled with hope and dreams?
It's for justice, my child. If we lose justice in our hearts, we'll make the same mistake as the...
So, it's not you who manipulates the dreamscape with the Stellaron, but...
Well, that's where our conversation ends. Go ahead. The 107,000.
I shall ascend to the heavens, be bathed in my light. My people shall flourish, while all evil shall be eradicated.
2 Systemstunden.
This is the interior.
It's quite exhilarating to be...
And not only that, the entire theater is...
Yeah, I wonder...
Let's explore around.
Aber nun gut. Ich würde sagen, das war's für heute. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Falls ja, lasst es gerne mit einer Bewertung da. Und was als nächstes geschehen wird, sehen wir im morgigen Part. Ciao, Leute.